Plan Z, 1939 to 1948. History.
What was Plan Z? Simplified, Plan Z was a plan to design and build 230 new, modern ships for the German Kriegsmarine during the Second World War. Why? The reason Germany planned this was because during the aftermath of the First World War, Germany had signed a treaty called the Treaty of Versailles, which confined the military size of Germany, limiting the size of the German ships' length, beam, gun size, and armor, and many other things. This meaning the German Navy was not up to date with the sizes and armor of their Navy's ships compared to the rest of the modern world. When the Nazis came to power, they promised that all that had been put upon them from the Treaty of Versailles would be changed, and this is where Plan Z was born.
The plan.
The plan of Plan Z was for Germany to build 230 new ships for the Kriegsmarine by 1943. All ships were designed and built by the Kriegsmarine and the Oberkommando der Marine, these being the Navy and the High Command of the Navy of Germany during World War II. The ships built would change the war in Germany's favor because they could then stand up to the might of the Royal British Navy, later helping in Operation Sea Lion of 1940, where the Germans navally invaded the southern coastline of the United Kingdom from across the Channel.
Ships planned to be built were the Deutschland-class Panzerschleifer, the H-class battleship, the O-class battlecruiser, the P-class Panzerschleifer, the Graf Zeppelin-class aircraft carrier, the Nemo-Kraus-class battle carrier, the Admiral Hipper-class heavy cruiser, the M-class light cruiser, and the Spar cruiser 1938, these only being some of the planned ships. Spar cruiser 1938.
Spar cruiser 1938 was one of the ships designed and built from Plan Z. The Spar cruiser is a line of light cruisers used for reconnaissance purposes. The dimensions of the ship were 152.2 meters length, 14.8 meters beam, 4.66 meters draft, with a displacement of 5,713 tons. Armed with 6 15-centimeter main guns, 1 mounted at the bow and 2 mounted at the stern, 2 8.8 centimeter secondary guns, 8 3.7 centimeter and 2 centimeter MG AA guns, and 10 53.3 centimeter torpedo tubes mounted atop the deck between 2 chimneys. 4-man 6-cylinder diesel engines powered the ship's 2 propellers, driving it at an average speed of 35.5 knots. Here is my 3D digital model of the Spar Cruiser 1938 portrayed in naval craft.
Flugzeugcruiser A2.
The Grossflugzeugcruiser A2, meaning large aircraft carrier cruiser, was a 245-meter-long aircraft carrier designed during 1942 by the Kriegsmarine. The ship was designed to accompany 24 aircraft in its hull, with the addition of one quad 20.3-centimeter bow-mounted main gun, 16 15-centimeter secondary guns, 16 10.5-centimeter casement guns, and 14 3.7-centimeter MGAA guns. The dimensions of this ship differ from resource to resource, some having just the length and others an estimated beam and draft. The power sources are unknown along with the armor, but the displacement was around 40,000 tons, quite a large ship for its time. I have created a digital model of the Grossflugzeugcruiser A2 in Navalcraft. H-44. The H class of battleship were the largest of battleships designed by the German Navy during the Second World War, but the largest of them was the gigantic H-44 class of battleship, with a length of 345 meters, being the longest design ship of World War II. The beam of the H-44 was 51.5 meters and the draft was 12.7 meters. The propulsion of this giant was 12 MAN 9-cylinder diesel engines and 2 superheated steam boilers, giving the ship an average speed of 30.1 knots. The ship was armed with 8 48-centimeter guns as main guns, being the same guns on the Atlantic Wall. 12 15-centimeter secondary guns, 16 10.65-centimeter secondary guns, 28 3.7-centimeter MGAA guns, and 40 2-centimeter MGAA guns. I have once again created a model of this ship via Navalcraft.
reality.
In reality, only 82 of the planned 230 ships were built. The reasoning behind this mishap was that Germany's economy and infrastructure could not handle such a large amount of construction in the short amount of time given. The economy of Germany at the time was just coming back to what it once was before the First World War, but still not stable enough for that many ships to be built alongside aircraft for the Luftwaffe, munitions, arms, vehicles, tanks for the Heer, and so many other things. All these things were too much for Germany's economy, and even before the First World War. Germany's infrastructure during the 1930s was not able to build ships 250 odd meters long, such as the H-class of battleship, meaning these ships planned could not be built in pre-existing shipyards. The rest of the ships above 250 meters were cancelled, never to be built. Germany did not have the information to build aircraft carriers at this time. The single aircraft carrier made by Germany during the Second World War was a prototype and could not hold itself up with a full load. Therefore, it was scrapped before it even was commissioned, and the rest of the aircraft carriers were cancelled once again before construction ever started. After the Battle of the Barents Sea, the surface fleet was abandoned because it seemed unpractical to be in use against the Royal British Navy, and the rest of Plan Z was cancelled. All naval construction yards were put towards the construction of U-boats for the new Navy, as they were seen to be more viable and useful than the surface ships.
Conclusion.
The conclusion of Plan Z is it was a plan that could have changed the war in Germany's favour if it did happen. But yet, once again, it was just a half-completed plan. Germany could not support the plan fully, and the plan was abandoned halfway into the war. This was one of the many reasons why Germany lost the Second World War. If this plan fully came to life, Germany maybe could have won the war. The battle for dominance over the seas and the world would be much different today.
And thanks for watching.